You stuck?
Shut up!
Come on, limbo.
My back doesn't bend this way. Ah. Ah.
You did it!
Welcome back to another episode of Minimal Mystic. It's been a minute since we did a sit down for one of these little intros and catch up what we've been up to. It's been a while.
It hasn't been that long, but a couple of updates. So I finished my last job, and Jordan finished his last job for the rest of his life. Our contract ended on the last TV show that we were working on, and we thought we were gonna get, or I thought I was gonna get like a couple weeks off between that and my next gig, but literally the next day after this show ended, I started working on another movie. So no break. We were gonna like bust out a whole bunch of stuff on the boat, and that just didn't happen.
Not anymore.
So same schedule, just every weekend, if we can get up here, we're doing some work.
Little by little.
Little by little. But that being said, we got a good amount accomplished over the past couple of weeks. We finished the framing and slatting for the built-in. So we're getting ready to put the folding hatch door / cushion, couch, love seat / folding hidden passageway. And we're gonna put on these piano hinges again. And we went a little different route with these ones. We got some really thick plywood. Some really nice plywood, $80 worth of plywood, and that's how we're gonna do it this time. So it's gonna be on a hinge here, and it's gonna be on a hinge here, so it'll open up and fold.
So bifold.
Yeah, so should do that in theory. So on this part right here, the front part, you'll see it when we get it installed in a minute, but we're gonna cut a nice little porthole on it, so like dogs or kids can look out.
Whimsy.
A little whimsical thing. Why?
All out of bed.
We have the pull-out done for the bed. Lifts up, storage, all that great stuff. Right here is the end table that the top lifts up, storage on this part.
I'm just putting in these things, little L brackets for putting this lower shelf on. So they're gonna rest on the L brackets. It was a lot of work and effort to get into here, and I don't think I can get out.
My back doesn't bend this way. Ah.
And below, storage for the cuddy, and we're sitting on the love seat that is magical. It's like a magic chest.
love seat.
Magic love seat that lifts up and reveals the cabin quarters, the cuddy.
Yeah, so it's like a little secret passageway. We lift it
Everyone's
up.
so surprised when you lift it up and you're like, whoa, you have all that out down there?
Yeah, we have a whole bedroom underneath our butts.
But you can barely sit up in
Right, but it's there. So we lift it up and we can go downstairs. And we've got two ways that we can get in. This is just the easier way that you don't have to crawl to get into it.
Well, it is much easier now that we kind of took the floor out.
Much.
And we also did some more spackling, filling in the lines on the old walls, so trying to save us some work.
Yep, and we started putting on the paint. We finally decided on a paint color. The one I initially picked out was too light. The one he picked out was too dark. So we went somewhere in the middle, and it's pretty much the exact same color that was here when we got the boat,
That's like-
minus green.
Yeah.
There's like a greenish tinge to the one that was originally here, but it's roughly the same shade of blue, and I like it. It looks good. It works. It's very bright and cheery. So what we're doing right now is actually a recommendation from one of our viewers who also owns a Gibson 36, by the way. But what they said was we were sanding this stuff that I can't think of what it's called at the moment. We were sanding it before, and they said try using a damp sponge and smoothing it out, and you'd get a smoother, cleaner finish, plus you won't get all the dust. So that's what I'm going to try right now. Supposedly this is guaranteed to work, but I've never tried it before, so we shall see. I don't know how to. That seems wet, not damp. So
I would think you'd go cross side to side.
that just feels like it's pulling up the sponge. Feels like it's kind of working actually.
Almost like you want to make it flush.
Yeah. It is.
So why wouldn't you go side by side?
Okay, because going side by side was peeling this off. So we're just doing downward strokes right now, and that's working pretty well.
I'm seeing a lot of those strokes.
Okay. We're trying it, so. That actually, that did pretty well. I am surprised.
very close to the original color of when we bought it.
It's all right. It's pretty.
Looking good. You can kind of see it a little bit behind us. It looks like.
And so when we went to Joann's on a whim to, we were gonna get little samples of some different size
That was the
foam.
plan.
That was the plan. We were gonna get samples of some different size foam so we could test how it feels sitting on it on the slatted sofa. And they just happened to be having a doorbuster sale. I love doorbusters. Which the foam was 40% off and the batting was 50% off. So we went and just decided to get the whole thing all at once.
Okay, so we're here at Joann's. We're going to do some kind of testing for the cushions. Originally, we were thinking maybe 3-inch cushions would be enough, but upon looking at some of the high-density foam, I think the 4-inch is kind of where we're going to go. So luckily, they only have 3 in stock right now, and I think that's what we're going to need for the living room. And we also got bam, and it's a doorbuster. Freaking love doorbusters. And we also need some batting, and boom, doorbuster, 50% off. And so this should be enough to cover at least the living room right when you first walk in. And hopefully this isn't going to be this is just going to be the part where we sit down. It's not going to cover the cushions that are going to be for the back. We can do those at a later date, but at least this way we get a good deal on it. So yay. So the sooner we can get this and we kind of make cushions, we can actually have a bed, which means we can start spending nights again and probably make a little bit more progress faster. So yeah.
That's why I went from.
Got it in here. The foam's like ripping up the batting.
You're looking at mine. Leave me alone. Stop.
And we saved about like $200 to $300.
Almost $400 actually.
Really? Okay, so yeah, we saved it. We saved a killing, so yeah.
It was the perfect time to get it. We weren't ready
Sales.
for the foam necessarily yet, but now we have it and we don't have to worry about it when the price goes up. So we saved money, a lot of money there.
And we originally were
And it's good.
thinking 3-inch foam, but I convinced him to up it to 4, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah, and
It's a lot better.
with the slats the way they are, even with the bed open, like the spacing's perfect. You can't even feel them if you're just laying on it. It's perfectly supported and everything. So good deal. And the batting and everything is all good. We're ready
It
to go
might be
with
some
that.
time before we actually get to the cushions and make it really usable, because we're still in a construction zone and don't really want to make it dirty.
Yeah, but we could put temporary cushions on it if we ever wanted to.
Probably get some camping pads.
Mm-hmm.
Other things that we did is we started insulating the back room, and
Holy crap, it helped a lot. You wouldn't think that that little bit of insulation would do much of anything, but like the temperature in there has been like consistently lower than it's been in the past. And the days are the same temperature, but like it stays cooler, gets cooler faster. Just that little bit of insulation in the roof.
and that's
This helps
just
so
that's
much.
just technically the first layer. We're gonna still gotta do all the wiring and light install the lights, and after that we're gonna do a whole nother layer before putting on the ceiling.
Seriously.
This is a terrible angle.
The roof is almost finished insulated. Just got that little bit right there. But then this back part will be all insulated, at least the first layer, then the wiring, and then another layer, and then the ceiling.
Hi.
It's unfortunate that this roof in the living room here is fiberglass, and it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time because there's a lot of space in there. There's like what? Like eight inches there?
Oh, 6 maybe.
And there's a good gap, air gap up there between the roof and the ceiling, and it's like a wasted opportunity to really insulate this thing really good, but it's just open air, and we can't take the ceiling down because it's fiberglass.
Yeah, but it's also in and of itself insulating because there is a gap there, so there is some distance between the roof and the ceiling.
And once we get everything all figured out and finishing touches, get some curtains, get some blackout curtains and some reflective ones maybe, just that'll help so much.
Right, because really what's letting most of the heat in is the windows. Like, it's distinctly different since we took down the curtain rods to do work. Like, it's so much longer to get cold in here, and it doesn't stay cool in here once it is, because the windows are single pane for one, and the sun is just that way or that way, just beaming right in. So, but we got that done. We got the built-in done. We got the insulation done. We got the nice little coffee table done. We tore apart
the helm.
Terrible, ugly, disgusting stuff that was on the helm. I hated it. It was like this crappy old like vinyl that was supposed to look like leather, but never actually looked like leather because it looked cheap, and it's gone now.
And we are taking the vinyl off the helm.
This hideous vinyl off the helm.
I don't like this brown vinyl. It's very dated. I don't mind putting like
I do.
like a white or a black vinyl on it, but Taylor does not want vinyl. So what we're thinking of just doing bare wood, but painted. And since there's a lot of usable space up here, thinking of using this top part from like here back, like from like going right here, making this like a big, like a tray almost, like a bordered tray, so you could just throw things in there. And then from where the end of this helm panel is, we're gonna have it go from there, extend it a little higher, and have it go all the way out this way. And we're gonna have it angled, so that way it's at a nice viewing angle. It should look pretty neat. Yep. Your favorite part, Taylor? Demolition. What does the wood look like? Plywood.
We're gonna do something nicer with it.
And we're thinking on the front doing the wallpaper that we printed at our last job.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that. So we the last job that we were on, it wasn't office theft. We didn't steal anything.
But why do you make it sound like you did?
Because we didn't, though. Because of that, you know, when you tell somebody you printed something, you printed wallpaper at your office, the first thing that comes to mind is like, oh, they're stealing office supplies. We didn't steal office supplies. The printer was already rented and paid for. The ink was already opened. The ink is going to get thrown out because we can't return the opened ink. The ink was already open. So the paper was already opened and used, so we couldn't return the vinyl, the paper, either. So it was already paid for. It was going in the garbage. What we did was save it from being in a landfill, and we printed our own wallpaper.
Thinking of using that predominantly in this upper living area. So we're thinking if there's enough,
There's enough.
The front part of the helm where the wheel is might look pretty good.
Yeah. There's a little shelf back there where the AC unit currently is that we're gonna put it on.
And that whole back wall,
The whole window wall.
the whole back upper window wall with the AC unit is put there.
And then we put it in this little cute little bookshelf that we made down there. So this is some wallpaper that I made and printed, and this is going to be in the inside of the bookcase that we just got done making. So the front right here of the built-in is going to be a bookcase, and this is going to go right inside, just like this. Fancy schmancy.
And this hole we're gonna keep for a doggy bed, a Chihuahua bed for Jagger.
In the built-in, there's a built-in shelf and a built-in dog bed.
We put
area.
Well, I mean, the bigger dogs, they're going downstairs. But the Chihuahua, we built him a little
We have to have like at least one area that's
dog
be
free.
nice, and might as well make it the upper area.
Right, because
And
it's so easy to close them off. Like, they can be down in the cuddy just fine or roaming around in the kitchen and the back area. But up here, it's so easy to cut them off and not have their fur up here.
And
So,
and it's the first
right.
place you come into, so when we have guests, it's
And
gonna
it's
be
the
like,
guest area.
oh wow, looks so nice. It's like, wait till you go down.
Well, it's
Okay.
going to still look
Go
nice.
down there to find all the hair. And that same wallpaper we're thinking of putting along here as well, so to kind of keep that motif.
Yeah,
Go
and
on.
then also we got some. I think it's under there. I can't get it now. But from one of the sets on the last show that I was working on, we got some wallpaper that they were going to throw out. Never opened. Brand new custom order stuff. The director just didn't like the color, but it's like $300 a roll of that wallpaper because it was a custom order, and it's nice. And that is going to go in the back area, the whole back area. There's not a lot of wall exposed back there, so really it's just going to be like little accents of wallpaper. And then we have one flat wall where we're going to put like a monitor on, TV on, and it'll go on there. And it'll just be like little pops of like greenish blue.
It's like
Very nice
It's a
wallpaper.
kind of dark greenish blue.
Yeah.
It's
But
very-
everything else is so light that I
The-
feel like a little area back there
This,
with some dark.
the style of it is what we really wanted. The color, though, there was another one that was more in line with kind of what the current theme is, and that's the one I preferred. But
I like this one a lot.
the dark, like I'm just so worried because of the big but the big bold color pop was gonna be the galley cabinets. That dark navy blue was gonna be a big old color pop.
Yeah, but this isn't really going to be. That's not really a pop. It's
No, it's
dark blue.
It's
A pop would be something
It's a
bright.
It's a great contrast.
Contrast is a better word. Contrast is more appropriate. Pop would be like an orange.
Well, we're gonna have. We went to Walmart and we just randomly pillows. And from the last job we had, we were able to score some pillowcases that we got to choose for the film or the
Score
series,
some.
and we got it.
For those of you who don't work in entertainment, this is a common thing. We're not just like making off with all the these things get thrown out. Like people, we realize how wasteful film is. These things get thrown out. We rescued them, and we got this cute little gypsy floor poof too that was on its way to the
It
garbage.
had a hole in it. I fixed it up, and
Yeah.
it's
Everything's
literally
gonna
gonna
get
be the foot and
The
sort of
foot-
coffee-ish table.
But it's so cute.
It's cute.
Like the first time we both saw it on set, we were like, "Oh, that's adorable."
And I think it's the only furniture, literally like free,
Freestanding
non-built-in
furniture, yeah.
furniture, really.
Is that floor poof?
And it's really all that's going to take up this whole space here.
But I mean, like we've acquired a few things, like
We got succulents from the show.
again, they're getting thrown out. We're saving things from the garbage is what we're doing. And they knew, the director knew, the producer knew. It wasn't a. I'm defensive because the second you tell people, like, oh, we got this from the show, everybody's like, oh, you're just going around stealing stuff from the set? No, we're not. And most of the stuff at the end of the show they sell anyway. Anything that's over like $250 they sell.
Now on this show that this movie now that he's currently on, I'm not going to say too much, but we might score one of our high ticket items.
Maybe.
There's a big maybe.
Yeah, it's a thing that we have to buy for the movie, and it's a movie, so there isn't obviously going to be a season 2, so it doesn't need to be saved. So usually anything over $250 at the end of the show, they do a fire sale, and you get it for like 80% off. You just pennies on the dollar, pretty much.
I really hope we get it.
I think we will, because I'm the one that's buying it for the show.
Should we wait to say what it is?
Yeah, we'll wait to see what it is. But it's something that we really need and want.
We don't need it, it's more of a want.
We need it. Because we want it so bad.
And it's gonna be it's gonna be
a feature piece.
It's gonna be one of those features that you're like, holy hell, I can't believe this has that. And it's gonna really make this space cozy.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then we also did some of the trim. Jordan started
cleaning off.
And
there's so much.
Yeah, because
this whole boat is windows.
Yeah, and there is a lot of trim, but also like everybody who's owned the boat since the beginning. I mean, there's layers of paint, like layers of everything else, but nobody, it seems like, ever took the trim off when they decided to paint. So there's like 40 different colors of paint splashed all over the trim.
And I'm trying to clean it with like varnish and paint remover chemical thing, very harsh stuff, not environmental friendly, but I tried that. Goo off, because there's like goo on it everywhere, and it's just to do one piece took me quite a few hours, and we painted it really bright white, and we think it's gonna look really good.
Yeah, like
against this.
It's basically gonna be like white trim. I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's trim around the windows. It's the metal trim. We're not getting anything like super custom. We are gonna have some trim around the ceiling and the built-ins and all that stuff, but it's all gonna be white.
But the thing, this main room is supposed to, at least for me, is it's like you look outside and like right now you can't see it. Maybe you can't do here, but straight across, it's like a nice blue sky with a nice white clouds, and it's supposed to have that same
This is
feel.
the inside carrying in the outside.
And we have pillows with yellows
Yellows
in it
and
to
oranges.
kind of bring in that sun color, and we're gonna have like brass fixtures and stuff everywhere to kind of bring that warmth in, and
wood, and we have dark woods. The ceiling we're gonna have wood.
so
beams.
it's gonna be like boho beach cottage.
Boho Beach Cottage.
So if you think about it that way, so.
If you know what that means. But that's what we've been up to the past couple of weeks. And then, of course, we almost lost the boat today.
Yeah, today, like he went to Home Depot, and I'm glad I stayed.
Okay.
Just saying. Because like he was trying to get me to go with him, and I was like, no,
Right, because I could have predicted the future.
But,
Okay.
but anyway, so
Pull it out of your tarot deck.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so he's off doing that, getting us some lunch, and I'm over here measuring for these supports, and all of a sudden I hear bang, 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 bang. What is this? This sounds really loud. And I look up, and can't see from your view, but
A houseboat's coming right towards us.
yeah, like a houseboat was up against, like a big one too, was up against the docks, sliding
Bam, 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 bam,
down.
bam, bam, bam.
Like, I guess they were scraping the docks. I think they were hitting a few boats. I'm not really sure on the damage. That bang bang sound was the metal roof buckling. And when I looked up, they were like right on us. And I was like, ooh, I need to get out there. So like I rush outside and I'm like, you guys are a little close. And there's like full of these girls on board, and clearly they were guests. They had no idea what was going on. but they got so close that I actually had to lean out and push them off. Thank goodness our left finger for the dock is longer than the right, because like they came in and they started angling and pushed them off, and they were able to throw it in reverse and kind of back away.
But I caught the tail end of it because I was coming down the pier, and I look and I see them slam in to the finger across from us, and I was like, to get into their space. I was like, ooh, somebody doesn't know how to drive. And then I get back, and then everybody's like, wow, you missed it. And I was like, what? And yeah, I mean, we could have lost our boat.
And if someone,
they would have been paying a lot of money.
I guess someone like an official nature came and started talking to all the boaters to get statements and what was happening. So not sure what is going to come of that.
Well, hopefully something, because the thing is, like, thing that people don't realize is like boaters, like boating, like these houseboats, it doesn't require anything more than a driver's license. And people don't realize that. Like, to rent a pontoon boat, to any of this stuff, you don't need anything more than a driver's license.
Some kind of restrictions or things, but I'm not aware of what it is.
No, I have not seen it. It's just you sign a waiver when you rent one of the pontoon boats, which a pontoon boat has almost hit us as well.
Oh yeah, like they get so close. And
then they speed through here. Like, they're not supposed to come through. We're in a no wake zone. That means like you're supposed to be going slow enough to where your boat doesn't create any waves. And people who rent these little pontoon boats just speed right through, and they pay no attention to the rules. They probably don't even understand what a wake is, so they just speed through here and shake us all around. I'm getting to be the crotchety old man, and I lean out the door and I just yell, "No wake!"
And you see, Taylor's adjusting quite
I'm
nicely.
adjusting. Get off my lawn! Because it's annoying, because we're in here doing stuff, and granted,
it's a houseboat, but it's still a very small houseboat, so it bounces around like.
And
you can see it like
in the background, But the thing of it is if it weren't for the fact that it's dangerous, because there's kids in here swimming, and if they're not paying attention, they could hit the kids. For one, there's people in kayaks. There's people on their boats doing work that they could fall off, or if they're using power tools, they could injure themselves, or any number of things. It's just common courtesy. For those of you who don't boat, if you go into a marina, slow your ass down.
And I made the suggestion, how fun would it be to actually have like water gun turrets off the back? You know, like there's take like a jet ski engine, you know, like with the same amount of force they have, like there's jet ski engine kind of, what do they call it?
Yeah, not enough to peel someone's skin off.
No, but it's
a pressure washer.
But you know, the jetpack thing was like the jet ski jetpack.
But I love this idea.
But
and
it's
he
like,
thinks it's not going to happen, but it's going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen. He doesn't think it's going to happen. We're putting a water turret on the back. He shouldn't have said it, because it's a done deal. It's probably going to be a super soaker for the time being. No, it's going to be the power washer. I'm just going to...
But, yeah. Oh, and what makes it even more scary, is that this person, I'm not even sure if it's their boat or whatnot, or what have you, but they're almost like right across from us.
Yeah,
like,
so if they move again, they could just back right into us. Regardless, somebody called on them because there were people here were investigating it. Hopefully they got fined, because it would be a good deterrent from them ever taking that thing out again until they learn how to drive it.
Because I'm constantly having dreams, because I'm an overthinker, of like us being away from the boat, something happens, and the dogs are here, the boat sinks, and we lose our home and the rest of our fur family, and it's a big fear to happen. You know, being on the boat, you can potentially lose everything.
But at the same time, a tree could fall onto your house, or the dogs could jump up on the stove, turn the gas on,
which has happened, and almost
blow up the house. Exactly. Yeah. So it's pointless to worry about things that you can't control.
Although, if I did go with you, I don't know, because like they were definitely gonna hit. Like, can you imagine just coming back? Because like we do our cutting off the back of the boat, going back there and finding
there's no back.
Found that there's no back, or the rails is like
our engines
be like
30 feet down.
Well,
yeah. But those are the things that we've done Those are,
Hopefully I can miss like something.
probably. It'll be in a later video. So we got,
We we bought some bead boards so to start putting the skins on, like the finishing touches for the builder. We'll get to that later.
thanks for listening to us rant and rave, and hopefully you rant and rave, and share these videos, and like these videos, and comment to these videos, and subscribe to our channel.
And
Also
support us
have
on
a Patreon.
Patreon.